Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Wake Up. We have a great show for you today. Let's get right into it. My name is Spencer Walsh. All right, so this is what we got for you today. We're starting with the idea that, actually, we thought was going to come a little bit later than it now actually is. U.S. troops are really now starting to withdraw from Syria. A top military official has revealed early Friday, less than a month after President Donald Trump shocked allies and advisors by announcing the pullout. Colonel Sean Ryan, the spokesman for the U.S.-led coalition fighting ISIS, confirmed the U.S. has started the process of deliberate withdrawal from Syria, adding a concern for operational security. We will not discuss specific timelines, locations, or troop movements. So that does make sense. What they're going to do there, but it's good to see that there is actually some progress, some movement here, and no one's just kind of thinking about it. They're trying to forget it, just put it on the back burner. That is very encouraging. But the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, a British-based watchdog that monitors the conflict, said the withdrawal began late Thursday night when a convoy of armored vehicles pulled out of Syria's northeastern town of Remlin into Iraq. The pullout comes after Turkey threatened to attack Syrian Kurds, who've been America's partners in the war against ISIS, when the U.S. withdraws. There are 2,000 American troops in Syria. Defense Secretary James Mattis resigned the day after Trump's withdrawal announcement. So that's something that no one really has a good opinion of at this point. So we got that story and new docs that have been revealed. Washington, D.C. Cardinal Donald Wuerl knew of sexual misconduct allegations against ex-Cardinal Theodore McCarrick and went as far as reporting them to the Vatican in 2004, despite repeatedly insisting he was unaware of the claims about his colleague. Shocker. Biggest shocker here. Time and time again, I'm unaware of these. This is what he said. So, according to the Washington Post, a former priest recently discovered documents that proved Wuerl shared information about the allegations with the Vatican. McCarrick was suspended in June to complaint that he groped an altar boy decades ago. Other allegations include abuse of minors and harassment of seminarians. Asked about McCarrick's allegations last July, Wuerl said, "I have seen some of the new public reports, but in my years in Washington, and before that, I have not heard them." Washington's Archdiocese said Thursday that Wuerl did not intend to be imprecise about his public statements. McCarrick's case is reportedly now to be decided in a trial in Rome. So that's something definitely worth watching. California police officer by the name of Natalie Corona has been shot dead after responding to a 3-car crash in Davis, California. The police said the officer was shot around 7 p.m. and was rushed to UC Davis in Sacramento, where she died from injuries. AB7 reports that Corona graduated from the police academy last July. The gunman was described by police as a white man in his 20s wearing a baseball cap, black jacket, jeans, and black boots. Last Thursday, police surrounded a house and later reported the suspect had died, writing the shooter had been found deceased inside a home near 5th and East Street in Davis, and what appears to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. So the shooter has killed himself. So Natalie Corona, rest in peace, obviously to her. All right, so tennis superstar, rough moment for him. Tennis superstar Andy Murray, he broke down in tears after, as he revealed in next week's Australian Open could be his last ever professional tournament. The 3-time Grand Slam winner and former number 1 in the world, who has struggled to recover from hip surgery, gave the emotional press conference in Melbourne Friday. The Scot said he planned to retire after this year's Wimbledon, where in 2013 he became the first ever UK player to win in 77 years, but told reporters he's in so much pain he's not sure he can go on. Saying, quote, "I'm not sure I'm able to play through the pain for another 4 or 5 weeks. I want to get to Wimbledon and stop, but I'm not sure I can do that." Murray still intends to play his Australian Open first-round match against Spanish 22nd seed Roberto Bautista Agut next week, but that could be his last. Saying, quote, "I'm not feeling good. I've been struggling for a long time. I've been in a lot of pain for about 20 months now. I've pretty much done everything I could to try and get my hip feeling better, and it hasn't helped loads. Murray won the U.S. Open in 2012 and Wimbledon for a second time in 2016. So that is it was a very, very emotional moment. Here he was at the press conference yesterday. All right, yeah. So we are still waiting on that sound, but we'll have that for you. Here it is. Yeah.
Does that mean that this might be your last tournament?
Yeah. So he just kind of buries his head. It's very, very sad. It's a video that's probably on Twitter. And if you're a tennis fan, you definitely got to be feeling this one here for sure. All right, so Michigan police have opened an investigation into alleged theft involving Aretha Franklin's estate. That really sucks. The alleged crime is believed to have happened before the Queen of Soul died of pancreatic cancer last August. Sources told TMZ that the probe involves someone inappropriately using her funds. It's not known what was stolen or its value. Franklin's finances have come under scrutiny since he died at age 76. She left no will. For an estimated fortune of $80 million, the IRS entered proof of claim filings last month, claiming her estate owed the federal government more than $6.3 million in unpaid income taxes. David Bennett, the lawyer for Franklin's estate, has not commented yet on the criminal investigation. So, Japan's Olympic Committee has been now indicted over allegations of corruption. That's not good. They're hoping to host the Olympics in 2020. They will host the Olympics in 2020 at the moment. President of the Japan's Olympic Committee has been indicted on corruption allegations, according to reports, throwing preparations for next year's game in Tokyo into turmoil. Tsunuka Takada, a retired sportsman who's hoping to organize 2020, was indicted last month by the National Financial Prosecutor's Office in Paris. In 2016, French prosecutors opened an investigation into more than $2 million of payments made by Japan's bidding committee to a Singaporean consulting firm. Takeda was questioned in 2017 by Japanese prosecutors in relation to those payments, but a panel commissioned by the Japanese Olympic Committee found the payments to be legitimate. It's the latest string of problems for Tokyo 2020. Stadium plan had to be abandoned after public anger over soaring costs, and its logo was said to be plagiarized. Takeda has not yet been reached for comment. So that was this was going to be rough for them in down the road. So Kevin Fret, Latin trap music's first openly gay artist, has been killed in Puerto Rico at age 24. Very, very sad stuff. So some of his songs, Soy Así, I'm Like This, has more than 500,000 views on YouTube, and very, very sad situation there. And a story we covered a little bit earlier in the week, as a Saudi teen who barricaded herself inside a Bangkok hotel this week to fight what she said had been a forced repatriation attempt by Saudi authorities, says she's been granted asylum now in Australia. Daily Mail reports that she said, quote, "I'm so happy I will start a new life," Ralph Mohammed Al-Kunun told the Mail in an interview that just days after fleeing to Thailand to escape threats and alleged abuse by her family members made down for renouncing Islam, saying, quote, "I'm in a hotel, there's policemen and guards for my safety." The teen, who made headlines during a standoff with Thai authorities by live tweeting much of the ordeal as she pleaded for asylum, said she will be departing for Australia, but that it will be soon. She can't say when it'll be departing for Australia. They told me they gave me an apartment, but I didn't ask where. So yeah, hopefully she makes that all right, because that's a very, very scary situation. Yeah, and crazy things going on right now in Myanmar, as a Myanmar court has rejected the appeal of two Reuters journalists who were sentenced to 7 years in prison after they were convicted of breaking state secrets acts. Wallon and Kyaw So were convicted by the country's lower court in September in a case that's widely been condemned by other countries and human rights groups. It was a suitable punishment, ruled High Court Judge Ong Nang, who added the defense did not provide enough evidence the two reporters are innocent. Yeah, this is a country that's fresh off a genocide, so that is not a good situation to be in, now jailing up reporters. The defense can now make a further appeal to the country's Supreme Court. Today's ruling is yet another injustice among the many inflicted upon Malone and Kyaw Soe-u. They remain behind bars for one reason. Those in power sought to silence the truth. Reporting is not a crime, and until Myanmar rights this terrible wrong, the press in Myanmar is not free. Myanmar's commitment to the rule of law and democracy remains in doubt, says Reuters editor-in-chief Steve Nadler. For their arrest, the reporters have been working on an investigation into the killing of 10 Rohingya Muslim men and boys by security forces. So you can imagine that's not a situation they want to be in. And on that story, happy Friday, everyone. We got For the Win coming to you new tomorrow. Premiere episode. Go out there, subscribe to it. And so there's a lot of fun stuff we're going to be talking about. We're going to get probably some guests coming on. So it's a lot of fun. That's about it. So we'll see you then. And the wake up is this Monday. Again, we got another news flash coming for you then. So until then, peace out.